A few years ago, we signed on to a grant aid project with the government of Japan, where we looked at upgrading our fisheries facilities in both St. Kitts and Nevis. We looked at the Old Road Fisheries Complex, where we added a walk-in freezer, bandsaw, scales. At the Bastia Fisheries Complex, we added meat mincing machine, fish filling machine, and the same thing at the Fisheries Complex over in Nevis. But that was the minor part of the grant aid. The major part of the grant aid was a $1 million boat that we have here today, which will be handed over by the representatives of the government of Japan to the government of St. Kitts and Nevis. We view fisheries as important to our food and nutrition security here. Not only are we looking at boosting production, but we are looking at boosting the safety and security of our fishers at sea.
Now, this vessel is not just for enforcement patrols. Enforcement is, however, an important part of fisheries management. An estimated 23 million tons annually is lost through IUU fishing. That is illegal, unregulated and unreported fishing. Through that, a lot of revenue, a lot of livelihoods are jeopardized because of losses in that area. And this vessel marks an important step in our fight here domestically against IUU. But also this vessel will serve the purpose of search and rescue and rendering assistance to fishers out at sea. We know that resources in small countries such as ours are very scarce and difficult to come by. And sometimes it is difficult to lend assistance in one area and still have to focus on another. In times of need, we, instead of just relying on one agency to conduct a search for any person that might be lost, the Department of Marine Resources now has equipment that will be capable of doing so.
This is FutureBat International Company, which is a supplier of fishing patrol boat. Fortunately, we had a chance to present the excellent boat on behalf of Japanese people, thanks to Yamaha Corporated Company. St. Kitts and Nevis is a very nice place, which is extremely rich in marine resources, surrounded by Caribbean Sea. We believe that the excellent boat will enable Department of Marine Resources to activate more than ever for the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. Thank you.
The government of St. Kitts and Nevis has been encouraging our fishers to invest in bigger vessels with larger engines to target the demanding ocean pelagic fish. Ever since the closure of the sugar industry, which was in 2005, the tourism industry, which was the industry that we embarked on after that closure, has created greater demand for ocean pelagic fish. And so, instead of looking toward import, we have been encouraging our local fishers to take advantage of these opportunities. In 2012, we observed a significant rise in the interest, and a lot of our fishers were very much driven towards going deeper out into the ocean. Now, this significant increase from our fishers also came with its own challenges. And so the government of St. Kitts and Nevis obtained the assistance of the government of Dominica and the government of Japan to deploy FADs in our waters. Since that time, there has been a noteworthy increase in ocean pelagic fish. The years 2013 to 2018 were a period of remarkable improvements in ocean pelagic fish production. This expansion represented a new income source to our fishers. However, with that new income came with it, like I said, additional risk. Instead of targeting fish on the nearshore reef ecosystems, fishers traveled further distances for ocean pelagic fish. The increased distance was economically more viable because the fish found around the FADs were greater in supply, but they were also greater in demand. With all the preparation, fishers often found themselves at the mercy of the ocean because FADs are situated many miles from land. And the oceanic conditions changes at a moment's notice. As the Fisheries Administration, we have a duty to our fishers to ensure that safety is paramount. The Fisheries, Aquaculture and Marine Resources Act is already established, and the regulation for this act will be put into force in the upcoming year 2023. On the more visible side of the fisher safety issue would be the presence of the Department of Marine Resources on the sea, which you regularly to ensure that you are in compliance with the laws and provide support to you in times of distress with this wonderful gift. Given our constraints in the Federation, we were unable to address the problem immediately. Nevertheless, we were able to obtain externally generated funding and to attend the needs of the fishing community from our friends, the government of Japan. The government of Japan, to the Japan International Cooperation System, Yamaha Corporation, and our own local company, Fisher Care Marine, have all collaborated to deliver an excellent product, which is manifested here today in the form of the striking fishing patrol vessel. This government and our citizens are proud of the cooperation that has been developed by our two island nations, despite our geographical, physical, and cultural differences. We believe in the fundamental concept of the sustainable use of living marine resources. The Fisheries Patrol Vessel will greatly assist the Department of Marine Resources in the implementation of its mandate. We want to also thank the St. Kitts Nevis Coast Guard for assisting with the enforcement work at sea before the receipt of this vessel, and we will desire strong and continued cooperation between our entities for monitoring, control, and surveillance of the marine environment. This vessel represents a new tool in our collaborative effort to ensure the safety of our fishers and the security of the resources that our citizens depend on for their food and nutrition security. I will close by saying that I want to challenge the Department of Marine Resources to utilize this vessel provided by our friends from Japan to the best of its ability. You have been provided the tools, and to whom much is given, much is expected. I can guarantee that my government will fully support the Department of Marine Resources and initiatives like this today and onward.